What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching and supporting. We got a great video for you guys today. We're going to break down if it's worth it to drive a Tesla for Uber and Lyft. Something a lot of people have been asking about as more and more people are buying Teslas. And they're thinking, hey, you know, if I'm not paying gas, this is a game changer, right? So we're going to talk all about that. Before we jump in, I wanted to shout out our sponsor, Solo. Solo is a phenomenal app and service. It is going to maximize your earnings in the field. For our listeners, if you sign up using our link in the description below, you're going to get 15 bucks. No strings attached, 15 bucks just for linking your account. They say the average Solo driver makes an extra $5K a year just from having the app linked. So definitely check that out, guys. Dive deep into those features. They are so worth it. Alrighty. So, Teslas have been popping up more and more with Uber and Lyft drivers. Obviously, it's not the most affordable car for probably every Uber and Lyft driver, but occasionally you can get a decently used one for a little more of a discount. Still, you know, going to be pricier than I would say the average cars that people are buying for Uber and Lyft. But let's talk about it. So most Teslas, you're going to get about 300 to 400 miles on a full charge. Now, those of you that really know this industry, you know that can go very quick. Now, I just talked to a driver I know who drives full-time with his Tesla, and he said usually what it looks like is at the end of every shift, he's having to recharge at a charging station. He doesn't have one at his home, so he has to go to like a Publix or some supermarket where they have the supercharging stations, and he has to sit there for, you know, usually like 45 minutes to get that full charge. So what's cool about this to me is odds are that when you give that last ride, you're probably going to end up somewhat close to a supercharging station. I always liked kind of decompressing after a day of driving. And so one of my best friends and I, we used to drive a lot together. And at a lot of times at the end of our shift on like a Saturday night, you know, we would just pull up to a quick trip gas station. We'd go in, we'd, you know, buy a, you know, a little bit of food and a drink or something, and we would just sit out on the picnic tables and just kind of talk about the day and eat and kind of decompress. And so for that reason, I feel like the charging could, you know, not be that big of a deal. But you are going to have to factor in almost an extra hour into your day each day if you're a full-time driver, because what would annoy me is not starting the day on a fresh charge and in the middle of a shift having to pull over for an hour. Some of you might kind of like that break in the middle of the day. I never did. I liked just go. That's how I preferred to drive when I was a full-time driver. It was just ride after ride after ride. I'm like very ADD, so I don't like dead time, you know, unless it's at the end of the day, unless I'm done working, right? So I still think, like most Uber and Lyft driving, even with the Tesla, part-time is going to make the most sense, but it is something you've really got to consider. Now, the other side of this is you're going to get more tips, and this was something he told me as well. You will get more tips simply because it's a nicer vehicle, significantly nicer. I don't care if you have a brand new Civic or something that's fully loaded with features. The Teslas are just slick, they're comfortable, the tech is sweet, and people feel like they're riding in an advanced vehicle. And the other side of that is they're not getting a Tesla majority of the time they drive. It's also probably going to lead to some easier conversations with people asking about it, wanting to know about it, how you like it, your experience, etc. So in my opinion, I do think right now this is probably the best vehicle you could use. I don't think the tax credit for Teslas are as good as they used to be, but you can still get some level of tax credit just for buying an electric vehicle. And all in all, the wear and tear even is less on electric vehicles just because everything all around is easier for the car to do. So I would say if there is a way you guys could look into it, do it. But that's my thoughts on the Tesla. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Check out Solo linked in the description below. And I will talk to you guys soon.